Hello there guys and welcome back to the channel. So in today's video we're going to be taking a look at the final update on the Kabam's massive ban wave and the fallout of it, and the massive compensation that is going to get given out. So let's go step by step. So let's go over to the post and then make some comments on it. We wanted to provide a final update regarding June 6 ban wave. What happened on June 6? We banned over 10,000 accounts that, according to our systems, were not running officially distributed MCOC clients. The reports rolled in of innocent summoners being banned. We investigated cases and determined that there were what appeared to be a group of false positive accounts caught in the net. We began unbanning those accounts earlier this week. Yesterday, our engineers identified the specific issue that caused the problem. The Android system used to verify clients was sometimes failing to process a verification request, and it was being logged as a failed verification request. We do not know why we saw 0 cases of this in our large test set, but there were the cases that resulted in false positives. No, this issue only impacted Android. It had nothing to do with iOS and PC clients. We have fixed this issue for new data coming in and are working to retroactively update data so we can make sure that any false positives we missed receive compensation. Here's the big thing. I would very much love to know how many people, according to their system, got that, because that is a very significant thing. Because it's one thing if, let's say, 10 innocent people got banned out of 10,000, that would even to be acceptable as a, margin of error, I'd say. Like, obviously, if you're one of those 10 people, it's still awful. But statistically speaking, at that point, if you're like 0.1% error rate, you could kind of go with Kabam like, okay, it's not massive. But out of those 10,000 people, if, let's say, 1,000 people are banned unfairly, or 2,000, or 3,000, that is very, very significant, right? So that information is obviously conveniently held quiet. Right, so let's speak on compensation. Compensation will be set to false positives we have identified to this point, and will also be so compensation will be sent to the false positives we have identified to this point, and will also be sent to any false positives we identify retroactively, if any exist. The compensation will be as follows: up to including Cavalier players, 4,500 units, 5k glory, 250k loyalty, 7-day double track booster, Thronebreaker and above. Additionally includes 30,000 radiance, 5k glory, 250k loyalty, 40k trophy tokens, and the booster. And that's, I kind of wish I got banned now for like a few days. I got genuinely a weekend off MCOC, and getting this is much more that I could have potentially earned. But, I'm not gonna, cry about this, because, if you do get banned, that is a fairly substantial deal, and, I think it's fine. Obviously, I don't know. If you are one of those people who got banned and then retroactively unbanned or whatever, what do you think about this? Are you happy with that? Because I think quite a few people have expressed the sentiment of wish it was me type of situation. But hey, it would definitely suck to be banned. But the compensation is definitely substantial. 4,500 units is a lot of units, much more than you can earn in 3-4 days. So yeah, that would be nice. But so there you go. That is the compensation for people who were banned unfairly. Efficacy of the ban. Efficacy? Yeah. Over the past week, we have seen all of our anti-cheat metrics plummet, many by more than 75%. It's clear that the vast majority of the cheaters are in this group of accounts we banned. In this case, there were far too many innocent summoners also banned. Okay, again, I would love to know how much is far too many for Kabam, and how much would be an acceptable amount also banned. But it's clear enforcing the requirement to play with an official client will dramatically increase fair play in contest. And it's probably true. I'm not gonna argue with that. This was a good idea implemented poorly, as many as often, because that is true with Kabam. They do have some very good ideas. They do some nice things for players as well. They just often screw it up so badly. They really, really do. This was a good idea implemented poorly, and we take full responsibility for the errors in judgment. Moving forward, we'll be more conservative in our approach. However, we will continue to pursue a contest free of cheating. All the tools available to us. I mean, fair enough. Still, obviously, I think the fallout of this is much more that Kabam's kind of like going over here, though. Because it wasn't, again, only affected the players who got banned fairly or unfairly. Obviously, that affected just about everybody in their alliances, so on and so forth. And when Kabam does these things, we as players at this point already expect Kabam to be bad. When Kabam makes an update, we expect there to be bugs. When Kabam releases new content, we expect there to be some BS that they fix later. When Kabam, updates Alliance War Map, they need to make three other updates to kind of like change the nodes because they haven't, play tested and thought it through till the end. When Kabam often, releases new war tactics, there are times where they need to nerf them by factor of 10, like in many cases. And it is kind of like the standard there. We expect bugs, we expect miscommunication at this point. We are in a very kind of like bad place when it comes to player relationship with Kabam, because we believe their standards to be so low that we genuinely kind of expect the worst of them. And then when they do something good, we're like very pleasantly surprised. But that doesn't come. I mean, like, that's the point. When Kabam does anything, I think most of the players have expectation of it to be wrong or bug or have some errors in some way. And if it doesn't, that's a nice surprise. Like every new update, we play the game, find the new bugs. And this is one more of those things that, again, could have been a massive, massive W. Instead, it caused this whole controversy. There are a ton of alliances affected because of Alliance War and Alliance Quest and everything else. And then further on, obviously the players themselves and, it's good that they do things like that. It's much better than the alternative, where they, ignore cheating, they don't do anything new. But they have to pick up the standard of care for their work. They just have to. Be that this, or be that communication with the player base, the way they, Human Torch now, with the selector not being there. It wouldn't have caused as big of an outrage if Kabam wouldn't have said that the defenders will be in the selector. And then you see Human Torch is happy, and Human Torch not in it. I don't know. Well, either way, so we do have conclusive proof that there was far too many innocent summoners banned. So a lot of people on the forums are very, very wrong right now. A lot of people from my other video comment sections were very, very wrong as well. Anyways, let me know what you guys think about this entire situation, and I'll catch you guys soon. Bye-bye. Hello there, guys, and welcome back to the channel. So we have all the information about